Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Hey, y'all, I told you guys a few videos ago that Joe Biden is up to some bullcorn. Now, much ado about nothing. Last night, Donald Trump announced his candidacy for president for 2024. Who knows, a whole bunch of people are going to be upset. You know what I'm saying? Pooping bricks, as they would say, because they already know if he gets, I'm going to say it like this, if that cat makes it to the final, as a Republican candidate against Biden, I feel it's a wrap. I feel Biden got to go. Unless unless the Democrats do some major stuff. Because the stuff they did for these midterms, they pulled the wool over a lot of you people's eyes. But I think most of it, I don't think they did. I think they did for a lot of y'all, but some of y'all just wanted to vote Democratic anyway because Republicans are racist. I know y'all story, I know y'all reasoning, whatever. But sometimes somebody can tell, how you can tell somebody the truth about something. They believe something all their life, tell them the truth about something, and then they look like going to the person that told them this lie all their life, saying, hey, please tell me something that I can believe in so I can just shoot this guy away. And they'll say something, throw it off like, oh, Donald Trump is racist. Oh, well, you can't vote for him because he's racist. But he told you about the system. He told, like Dave Chappelle said, he told you how the system is corrupt and how it works and the tax stuff and all that stuff. People look at them crazy when he talked about bringing back coal. Then I saw a video that making these batteries for these cars that you're going to have to bring back the coal mines anyway. So Donald Trump was telling us, things that he knew, things that he seen, things that he knew was going to have to happen, but nobody wanted to listen because he was a racist and he disrespected women. People, there's nobody in the world that you will agree with 100% of the time. Nobody. The world's not black and white. People have good things. People have bad things to say. People can say things that are fact, and they can, and it's facts. People say things that they think is fact, and it can be false, and it's false, but you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You gotta, what they say, what the late Kevin Samuels say, chew the meat, spit out the bones. You gotta know what's good for you and what's not, right? But anyway, with that being said, Joe Biden, like I said, Democrats are full of it, and these midterms proved it. Now, we'll see how y'all feel in 2 years when they try the same thing, they do the same stuff, and you fall for it only because you do not want to vote Republican or you don't want Republicans to win. But just don't vote or vote independent. But no. But you need to vote your interest. If you stop being so dedicated, stuck on a party, and you stick to a code, and like I say, you vote your interests, you may be surprised of the turnout. But let's look at this. Because like I said, Biden done two things that came out that shows me that Biden was just full of it. He just did it so he can get y'all votes. And they just do it again in 2 years. So like I said, a few videos ago, I told you guys about the student debt relief. And that I didn't believe that they was going to, give you back $20,000 or $10,000. I believe that Joe Biden and his people knew they were not going to be able to do it, but they timed it perfectly for the midterms to say we're gonna put it out there. Everybody's gonna apply. We're gonna hurry and do it. That so everybody can everybody make everybody happy, and then we tell them, hey, vote us in. And that way we can get this going. We can get this passed. And it's been blocked. It was blocked before the midterms, and it's still blocked. And many news sources and many judges are saying that there's no way that the president, even the president himself, said a couple of years ago that he can't do it. The Congress has to do it. So how is he going? So how did all of a sudden he gonna end up? He does this because he knew that he could not do it. But that's how he got y'all to vote for him. One way he got you to vote for him. So let's get to that point. Like I said, it's two things that he did that is where he pulled the wool over the eyes. Number one, this is CNBC. Federal appeals court blocks Biden student debt relief program nationwide. This was yesterday. CNBC, a federal appeals court issued a nationwide injunction temporarily barring the Biden administration's student loan debt relief program. The ruling by the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals in St. Louis, and I think one in Texas too, in St. Louis, came after 6 states argued in a lawsuit that the program threatens their future tax revenues and circumvents congressional authority. Again, because like they said a couple years ago, they said Congress was the only people that can do that. Unconstitutional for the president to do anything. The injunction will remain in effect until further order of this court, or the Supreme Court of the United States. A 3-judge panel of the appeals court said in its ruling. A federal appeals court Monday issued a nationwide injunction temporarily barring the Biden administration's student loan debt relief program. The ruling by the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals is the latest in a series of legal challenges of President Joe Biden's plans to cancel up to $20,000 student debt for millions of Americans. The Biden administration stopped accepting applications for its relief on Friday. Dang, I was going to apply. After a federal district judge in Texas struck down his plan Thursday evening, calling it unconstitutional. And Biden knew this. You know, dude, you talking about people who in politics, you gotta think. These people have been in politics their entire lives. You're talking about people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, probably 80s, who've been in politics since their 20s. Probably got their parents are probably lawyers and judges, grandparents, lawyers and judges on city council and state council. These people have been in politics their whole life, been in law their whole life. They know these laws like the back of their hand. They've been studying these things their whole life. You gonna sit here and make me believe that they did not know that the president could not do this on his own? If you believe that, I got lakefront property in South Dallas I can say right now for cheap. Well, not for cheap, but for a good price, compared to what the value of land is right now. I can say a nice little piece of property. Let's say the injunction will remain in effect until further order of court or the Supreme Court. The injunction will put the program on hold, pending an appeal of a lower court ruling that had allowed the debt relief program to go forward. The Biden administration could ask the Supreme Court to lift the injunction. Like I say, it's been on hold since before the midterm, so why he ain't asked the Supreme Court to lift it before then? Right. We are confident in our legal authority for the student debt relief program and believe it is necessary to help borrowers most in need as they recover from the pandemic. White House Press Secretary Karen Jean-Pierre said the administration will continue to fight these baseless lawsuits by Republican officials and special interests and will never stop fighting to support working and middle class Americans. Now, she said a bunch of nothing in this. Said confident in the legal authority for the student debt. Okay, you're confident in it. Don't necessarily mean that legally you feel that this can be passed. And you said it is necessary to help borrowers. So now you kind of turned it a little bit and said, but it is necessary to help borrowers most needed as they recover from pandemic. So now you tugging on the heartstrings of those of us who are reading or watching your press conference. It's like, yeah, we do need it, but so we need to go ahead and pass it. Well, I'm like, shoot, yeah, Black Americans do need reparations. So you see how they're talking? It's like, man, they're confident in the legal process and that it is needed and that it is necessary to help Black Americans, get a foothold and reduce this wealth gap. You know, that's just tugging on heartstrings. You ain't telling me nothing. This sentence does not tell me that, hey, constitutionally, they're fighting, it's baseless, blah, blah, but constitutionally, we can do it. Matter of fact, in this, in this preamble or this article or whatever the hell it is, the Bill of Rights, whatever, this is how we can do it. We've been studying this for 40 years. Mind you, Joe Biden, the same guy. This is why I don't understand why people voted for this dude. You hated Trump so much that you just didn't want Trump to win. Just say that. It's kind of like when I voted for Obama. I just voted for Obama because he was black. Period. I'm not gonna lie about it. So just say you voted for Biden because you didn't want Trump to win. Period. Just like you voted for Trump because you don't want Hillary to win. You don't know none of the issues. You don't know what they stand on. It's just that you don't want that other guy to win. That's why. And this is why these votes and this stuff is, I can understand the electoral college from back in the day, and I can understand why it's still around, because technically a lot of these people that's voting have no idea what they voting for. Or they know why they're voting, but don't have a real legitimate reason that's going to help themselves or the American people to vote. That's what I'm going to say. But again, I don't understand, because Joe Biden, when you talk about this student loan debt, this is the same guy who told you, who helped create this whole student debt issue problem. And Ronald Reagan too. And I did a video about that. You can go back and look at that. I'm not gonna go into detail about that. But he's a guy who said that you could not file bankruptcy and put your student loan debts in there. Couldn't do it. Pretty much said that somebody co-signed your student loan debts and you die or you run away, the person that co-signed gonna have to pay them, gonna have to pay it. He's not even trying to kill the interest. He's not trying to drop the interest. This is something that he created. This debt. Now y'all believe that he's going to cut your student debt. And then if you do, some states are going to make you pay taxes on it, like gift tax. Oh, no, income tax. So, well, y'all people are gullible. People are gullible. If this is the reason why you voted for him, I don't know. If there's some other reason why, it could be. Ruling focuses on potential harm to state revenue. A federal judge originally rejected a challenge brought on by the 6 states: Nebraska, Missouri, Arkansas, Iowa, Kansas, and South Carolina. Don't forget them folks that filed a lawsuit in Wisconsin too. So he's saying that while they raised important and significant challenges to the debt relief plan, they ultimately lacked legal standing to pursue the case. The main obstacle for those hoping to bring a legal challenge against Biden's plan had been finding a plaintiff who can prove they've been harmed by the policy. Such injury is needed to establish what courts call standing, said Lawrence Tribe, a Harvard law professor. The appeals court said that Missouri has shown a likely injury in fact from the program, pointing out that a major loan servicer headquartered in the state, the Missouri Higher Education Loan Authority, would lose revenue under the plan. Money. Missouri State Treasury Department seized money from the Missouri Higher Education Loan Authority, or MOHELA. And since at least one party likely has standing, we need not address the standing of the other states. So that's all it took. They said, Biden's plan would cancel up to $20,000 in federal student debt for borrowers who receive a Pell Grant, which is a type of aid available for low-income families. Borrowers without such a grant are eligible for up to $10,000 in relief. More than 30 million people are projected to benefit from the plan. Whatever the eventual outcome of this case, it will affect the finances of millions of Americans with student loan debt, as well as those Americans who pay taxes to finance the government, and indeed everyone who is affected by such far-reaching fiscal decisions, said the panel. The panel said in its ruling. As such, we approach the motion before us with great care. I got student loans, I'm not gonna lie. And shoot, the interest. I mean, I was, like I say, I was young, 18, 19. No, I wasn't even that damn young. Hell, I was a grown man. But I needed student loans because of my situation and trying to go through school. It was the only way to get through school and to get, the only way to get my degree at the time. Because I was broke. Just say it, But I wanted to go to school. And so I felt, sure, I'm gonna go ahead and go to school. Well, I can. If I get the chance and get the chance to do it, I'm gonna go and do it. I mean, here, everybody else do it. Got people take out student loans, don't even think about going to school. They just go to class, get a student loan, stay there long enough, and then drop classes. That's what they used to do back in the day. I don't know how it goes now, but me, I need student loans to get through school. Now I got through school, making pretty good money. Now I gotta pay these son guns back, and man, it ain't cheap. But excuse me, I own up to what I owe, and I pay it. I do wish, if you want to help, cut some of that interest out. That'll help out poor people a whole lot more than just giving them $10,000, because you keep the interest like it is, hell, in about a year, that $10,000, $20,000 is gonna be right back where it started. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know, but like I said, I don't understand why people fell for that, and maybe that's how the Democrats got more votes. Like I said, either voted for that reason, or maybe you voted for reason number 2 I'm finna get at, which is a real reason why I'm making this video. It says Biden thinks Democrats short of votes needed to restore abortion rights. Now, if y'all recall, Joe Biden said once in the midterms come and they win all these seats, that they're gonna, rearrange and do these abortion rights for women so they can do it anywhere in the states. Now this cat go to Indonesia for a summit, and he says, even if they win all these seats, they don't think they're gonna have enough votes. But let's look into this Yahoo News, man. Off the Reuters, U.S. President Joe Biden said Monday he did not think Democrats in the next Congress would have enough votes to restore abortion rights nationally. Quote, I don't think they can expect much of anything other than we're going to maintain our positions. Biden said when asked at a news conference what voters would expect on abortion rights for the next Congress. I don't think there's enough votes to codify Roe v. Wade abortion rights unless something happens unusual in the House. I think we're going to get very close in the House, but I don't think it's going to be very close. Did he say that? Hold on. I'm reading what I saw, so don't think I'm just, I can read. I ain't a criminal. I can't read. Shout out, boys in the hood, doughboy. I think we're going to get very close in the House. It probably is different when, it's like, when it's like live, but when you like read it, it seems weird, but like when somebody's saying it, you can understand better. So I think we're going to get very close in the House, but I think it's going to be very close, but I don't think we're going to do it. Biden made the comments after his fellow Democrats learned that they had retained control of the U.S. Senate in last week's midterm election, but as Republicans edged toward control of the House with a handful of key races yet to be called. This is a couple days old, a day or two old. Yeah. So that's the second thing. He went and remember he said that they're going to win these seats, and if they win these seats, they're going to change these abortion rights. But now they didn't win them again. I'm gonna say it again. These people, they live in politics their whole life. They got people that do studies. They got bean counters who tell you what to talk about, tell you what your odds are of getting certain votes or turning certain states or whatever. They do all that. Like I said, this whole abortion thing, if it was a big issue, they should have done more to try to turn people. But I don't think they did. They did the Roe v. Wade, and then they did the woe is me part, and just let everything go as they may. And then you mess around and you did not win. You did not get the seats. You did not get the seats that you quote unquote thought you were going to get. But like I say, this just goes to my point, and I'm gonna end this. You can't trust politicians because they lie. They're deceptive. They're gonna do anything they can to get votes, and so they got your votes, and now all of a sudden they can't do what they promised. You remember, Black Americans? You remember before the presidential election, our brother O'Shea Jackson, aka Ice Cube, the original Kanye West. I'm just playing. But you know what I mean. Deficit classic CD, classic album. I got on vinyl CD and on a flash drive. You remember when he came with a plan for Black America? And he wanted to talk to Biden, want to talk to Trump, want to talk to whoever was in office or who was going to be in office about this plan. He got together with scholars, I believe, like Boyce Watkins, Dr. Claude Anderson, and other people. They all got together, created a plan for Black America. Then he wanted to present it to Biden. This is what's funny. He's an entertainer. You're probably saying now, why would an entertainer go talk to a president? Why would we want an entertainer to go talk to a president in the first place? Funny you should ask that, because Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, hell, even what's his name? Steve Harvey went and talked to Trump. But yeah, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, they went and talked to Biden, talked to them. You know, Kamala Harris talked to them. Hillary Clinton talked to them. You know, they'll talk to rappers who ain't doing nothing to help our community, helping in the destruction of our community, i.e., albeit as, you know, promoting so much sexuality with women and girls, they being used and misused. And then when they turn 30, 40 years old, they ain't got no man. You see these videos where they on their crying because all the good men are gone. But the point is, Biden talked to them. You know, he had no problem talking to them before the election. Had no problem getting strippers to say, get your booty to the poll. He had no problem this time around saying no voting, no bucking, or no vaccine, no bucking, whatever the hell they were saying. Had no problems talking to entertainers then, but when Ice Cube says he wants to talk to you about plan for Black America, oh, you ain't got time for that. Not right now. But once elected, if I'm elected, we'll call you in and we'll talk to you. Well, from what I hear, it's been about 2 years, 2.5, almost 3 years. When he went 20, right? Or 21, 20, no, my bad. So it's almost 2 years, 2 whole years. And yeah, 20. Yeah, he won at 20, all 20, all 21. Oh yeah, so yeah, almost 3 years. I mean, I can't count. But anyway, it's been almost 3 years and he ain't talked to Ice Cube yet. Ice Cube, the entertainer, hell, he still raps and put out songs with Snoop and Too Short and E40. Hell, even own or part owner of a Big 3 basketball league. Still ain't talked to this guy. But y'all crapped on Brother Jackson because he talked to Trump. But he said he wanted to talk to Biden too. He wanted to see what both of them got to say. That's a problem with our people. We don't like to study our quote unquote enemies, or those who we feel are enemies against us. But they study us, and that's why they can keep their foot on our necks. And we don't advance because we don't see what they're doing. We don't care what they're doing. But like I said, they study us. They study us like a hawk. They know our moves before we know our moves. Shout out to Brother Neely Fuller. You know what I'm saying? He done said in many videos and in his book, it's like your enemy is pretty much, he pretty much said your enemy is studying you. Know you better than you know yourself. But we won't take the time out to watch Fox News or hell, MSNBC, CNN, Dateline News, Headline News. We won't watch news, period. But we won't sit there. We won't watch Alex Jones or, look at Donald Trump press conference. We won't do that. But they're watching all of our black medias. All of them. How do I know? Because a lot of these cats be getting banned to get these strikes on YouTube. So they watching us. But we ain't watching them. And we wonder why we can't get ahead as a community. I watch them. I do. I watch them. I pay attention to them politically, educational-wise, spiritually, personally. I watch and I study and I take notes because I want to know what the next move is going to be so I can be ready for it. If you're not doing that, then don't sit here and think that these Sun Guns are going to help you out, that they're going to do anything to help us get ahead. Reparations, student loan debt, better education system, grocery stores in the hoods, bringing more jobs, the pay scale going up, raising minimum wage, cutting inflation. Don't look for none of that. Don't look for none of it because it's not going to happen. Because you're not watching them, and you're not watching them because they do stuff blatantly right in your face, and you still will sit there and run down there to that precinct and vote for the same people who sit here and lie to you on a daily basis easily, and you're okay with it. Like I said, man, hey, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm no Democrat. I'm no Republican. I mean, I can say I'm independent, as in like not an independent party, but I just vote. I'm a code voter. I vote for what, I vote for my interests. I'm an interest voter, let's say that. I'm part of the interest party. Whatever helps me, whoever helps me, that's what I'm gonna vote for, if I vote. But I tell you this much, I already said that if Joe Biden don't talk to Ice Cube before the next election, and forget talk, he gotta put some stuff in place, because he did a lot of talking and they put nothing in place. But if they don't talk to Ice Cube and if ain't nothing in place to help us, by the time the next election come by, you best damn believe I ain't voting for Joe Biden. But anyway, that's all I got to say about this. Hey man, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below and then share it with the world. And much ado about nothing. Ain't talking about nothing, nothing to do with this story, but take a look at that. That's what I'm pointing at. Zoom in on it. And for those of you who know, you know. With that being said, I leave you in peace. And I'll see you on the other side.